Can you see it? It's a baseball field. Used to be here in the 1940s. Could go back to 1937, but I can't get a verification on the aerial photography I had discovered. And so I'm going to say 1942. I've got a good 1952 aerial that I discovered from some photos from aerials that came back on military contracts for the state of Ohio. And I'll give you a look at that here in a minute. These are totally accessible, free to the public. A lot of the stuff was paid by taxes. You can probably find it in your area too. It just takes some searching. Not everything's on the internet. You might have to speak to engineering offices for your county, maybe even your state. So just remember that the internet doesn't always have all the answers. A lot of published data that's not out there actually scanned and put into for like viewing on the internet. So let's take a look at this. I spoke about a baseball field. I'm gonna get this focused for you. This is a modern day look. I sketched on there here where I think the baseball field is. There was some coloring just there that you could tell maybe if there was sand or something in the ground. These circles are things that are in the sky that I can relate to an old photo that were in existence at the same time. Note this property line that's coming in. Here's a 1952 aerial. Make sure that's focused. That same property line is here. This is a different scale, but the property line's here. And in this photo, see that circle? That's the same circle that you see there. Can you see the baseball field? That's nothing imposed on there other than an actual image of the baseball field when it existed in 1952. So I acquired where I'm at from a map office, which could be called a property valuation administration in your area, the owner's name. I got his address. You can't get phone numbers on there, but I went to the gentleman's house at a good hour of the day, knocked on the door, told him what I was doing, took these photos with me to tell him historical relevance of why I want to be there, and he said, sure, go out there anytime you want. Nobody's been here, don't know what we're going to find. To me, this is a pretty exciting site. Usually I get told there's been people there, but this time, not the case. So, hopefully I can get you a bunch of photos or video of coins and whatevers. Let's get to it. We're using the V3i today. I'm going to run in high pro just because it's mixed mode, and enter into expert mode here. RX gains 13. Typically in my area that's what I start out at. Discrimination's 90, that might be a little high. 92 for me starts making some things that are larger steel sound good. Audio, I'm going to run in mixed mode, but if it's really trashy, I'm going to drop it back down to discriminate only. That means I'm going to hear both the all metal and discrimination channels. Filter and speed, search, 7.5 high pass, only because this way from us, about 300 feet, some power lines. High pass deals with EMI a little bit better than band pass. Recovery delay 50, that's fine. Like I say, if there's a bunch of trash in the ground, I'm going to drop that closer to 0, which is faster, to respond between targets a little bit quicker. Other than that, let's ground balance and get started. Just got a 1962 penny. Old Lincoln penny. It's not really what we're looking for, but it is a penny. And it's better than the pop tabs I've been digging. I've been digging a couple of those, so yay. At least we have something. On to the next. Can you see it? I just brought it up and I haven't touched it yet, but it's right there. I think it's a coin. It's reading really weird. It seems like it's all chewed up by the... Nah. See, there's a lot of minerals in fields where they raise crops and coins get all chewed up. See how messed up that is? You can flake it right off there. It looks like a Lincoln. Good solid hit. It's more like right here. That's it. 19. Looks like 73. Like with the first penny I found, it really doesn't bother me to be finding these pennies. For one, it shows me nobody else has been here, because pennies to me are really easy to find. They show up real good on the metal detector. I got a good response. And, you know, and all I need is 1964. That first penny I found was in that zone. I think it was like 62 or 63. So if I would have found a quarter, been silver. Can't beat that. Let's see what that is. Not real deep, maybe. I was too excited about the 80 to pay attention to how deep it was. Well, it is screaming. Where are you? I don't know. Something in there. Here's what we have. There is something yellow there. It's a magnet. Let's check it. That's it. Yeah, I'm a big dork. I thought that was a nice silver coin, but it's just a nice magnet. Maybe I'll go stick that on the fridge at the house. Let's try this again. Hopefully it's not another magnet. And there it is, somewhere in here. I see it. I don't know what that is. Let's take a look. What do you think? Let me move my detector. I'm gonna try a little different technique here. Seen some other dudes that do YouTube videos do this. See that? 1935. I like using the water here. That's a beaut. I enjoy that. I knew they were here. So now we have aerial photos from the 50s. And then I'm thinking it goes back to 37. This is 35. That could be, you know, a sign. But it's just like you today carrying coinage. You got coins from the 80s, even the 70s and 60s still in your hand. So I don't know. It's awesome to me though. Let's go find another one. No more magnets. Getting a decent signal somewhere in here. About to find out what it is. I think. Huh. It's like a mystery piece of mud. I don't see it. Do you see it? There it is. What the? It's a T. See? It ain't a silver T. It's a heavy T. But it's a T. Just pulled another plug. And it's somewhere in there. Right there. See it? Middle of the screen. Looks to be another penny. Totally chewed up. 2.5 inches. Reading in the 70s. Still in the 60s. It hits a few times down in the 40s, but we'll see. Something in here. Little dirt clod. Looks to be, I can see something in there. You see it? Probably can't because I don't ever put it on the screen. See it? Looks a little thicker. Still pretty light. Ah. You know what that is? Another Lincoln. 73. On to the next. The wind's kicking up, so I'm sorry if you're having to listen to that. But we got another signal. Getting 65, if you can see that. It jumps up into the 70s every once in a while. About 4 inches deep. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Same story. There it is, another Lincoln. Just for fun. 70 something, if you can see that. I can barely see it here in person. See what we have. It's kind of jumpy on the numbers. 70s, 60s, 50s. Oh, I see it. How terrible. This is one where I'm getting a little bit of splash down in the red, negative 95, 94. But a lot of it is up there in the top. Now I'm going to pinpoint. Now I'm over the middle of it. It's giving me about the same reading. Now it's only 3 3/4 of an inch. So let's try this out. And see, now it's down in 54, so most likely it's a pull tab. It's not. It's a penny or something. 62. Well, if that was a quarter, it'd be silver, but it's a penny. Next target. Pinpoints. I like the pinpoint so I can get right over the target to get the best reading. So it's about 5 inches, 70 to 75. There it is. Maybe you can see that. That's another penny. Got a weird color to it. It is 1969. Depending on how old you are, you might have some memories from that year. From a festival that young kids today like to mimic. There you go, 69 penny. Man, where's the silver at? Popping a plug on something that's hitting in the 60s. There it is, see it? Piece of wire. Yeah. Looks to be copper. Not what we're looking for though. Pop the plug out. Yeah. Man. Lots and lots of pennies. Gotta look at the date. 75. 75 penny. There's one we're gonna dig this together. It's good and strong. 83. I have switched shells. Wind just picked up. A little bit colder now. I don't know what that is. It's a piece of, I don't know what it is. Reads good though. It's a little sharp. Looks like it's got some chrome on it. It's pretty heavy. Not what we're looking for. Checking a plug. I know whatever I'm hunting's over here somewhere. There it is. It's another Lincoln. Lots of Lincolns here. 85 down to 74. Down in the 50s. Good and responsive. Still in the hole, but you can see that red's building down there. Well, I got it out of the hole, if you can see that. Let's hope it's something decent. Come on, something silver. Maybe. We're gonna find out. I don't know why I'm stealing the enjoyment here. Dirt clod. We all love dirt clods. Oh, looky there. It's red. Looks like a dime. It is a dime. Oh, Roosevelt, but it's a 1975. And here we are, not 10 feet further, to show you what's going on. It's almost exactly the same signal, so maybe we'll learn something here together. Sometimes jumping into 80s, let's see what we got. Whatever it is down in the hole still, but see what's happening now. Well, I guess it's not building so bad in the red as what I thought, but I'm hearing it in the headphones. Overload sound. You see it. It's the worst thing ever. Man. The pull tab. At least it's an older one. Been hit by a plow. Terrible. It's not a dime. 80, 85, down to 75, 7 to 10 inches. Somewhere in there. We'll see. Right there. It's reading about 72, so it might end up being a penny. Could be a little dime. Oh, I see it. Yay. How awesome. We'll look at this together. Coin ball. See the edge of that? No clad there. Wow, that thing's awesome shape. Let me get it cleaned up. I know. Look at the date. Beautiful. Man, that thing, it probably wasn't in circulation very long. $1941. Beautiful Merc. Can't beat that. Man, that thing's in good shape. I've been going back through in the areas that I've already hunted. I stuck in this area because it seems like there's a lot more things coming out of the ground, like pull tabs, which I got a bucket load in my pouch here, and cleared everything out. You know, got a lot of junk, real loud signals out of the way. You know, cherry picking style. That's why I found that quarter. It was plain as day. Nice find. And but now I'm going back through and my sensitivity is just a little bit higher. You know, I went from 88, 90 to 92, and you know, I went from high pass to band pass on 7.5. It's really not that big a deal. It's just my sweep is slowing down. You know, if you run with a 12, you can sweep faster. If you run with a 5, you need to slow down. Not too slow, but slow. There's a cadence to it. And you know, I'm going back through and I'm paying attention to little bitty sounds. And just like on this one, I hit it with the coil on the edge, and it sounded okay. And the more I pinpointed and figured out exactly where it was at, I just slowed down and kept on listening to it. And then prior to turning on the camera, you know, I analyzed. I saw, you know, this nice, great parabola on the readout, and I decided, hey, this has got to be a coin. You know, the data that this thing gives you is going to help you out immensely on when you dig and when you don't dig. But you know, you can not dig, but I dig most all the time. But I dig a lot of trash, so that's about it. I'm just glad I got my mercury in my pouch. Fill this hole and get to the next one. Right in here, I got another one. We'll see what happens. It's all over the place, and you know, I might not get that good of a reading. I'm trying to get on it, but if I really pinpoint where that's at and slow down, see how much it's building in the green? It's okay with me if it's jumping around. It's responsive. It's all positive VDIs. I got a real slow fade rate on there, so I can tell as time continually hits. There it is. It's not a great one, but it's just a Lincoln penny. What year are you, Lincoln penny? Either 71. So it is a coin. It was a little high, but on a VDI for what I would think a Lincoln would come in. But either way, just try to read the signal. Could have passed it up, you know, but I didn't. So now I got another penny. Just dug that hole and found that penny. I'll swipe my coil back over the hole before I covered it in. Well, after I covered it up, just to see what was in there. If there was any other signals, and I have this. Oh, there it is. Another penny. I have not found a wheat penny yet. Another 71. Here's one I didn't show the actual dig. I don't know what this is. It's reading awful low. That is a very, I could probably break that in half. Chewed up penny. Absolutely beyond crusty. I don't know what you call them when they're beyond crusty. Super crusty. It's copper. Man, totally gone. Maybe that's why I'm not finding Indian heads. They're just melted away. Pinpoint, 5 inches. Ooh, reading a little higher, dead up. Or right over top of the target. That might be something good. More so than a penny. 75, 78, somewhere in there. Yeah, camera stand gets in the way. It's like, you know, that far away right now, so messes with me. plenty of those. But the pennies tell a story. People were here. 71, look at that. Must be a surplus of 71 pennies out there. Like you all see me dig that 71 penny up, that is not the same penny over and over again. It's a bunch of 71 pennies. I'm gonna simulate what I'm doing here. Watch. I just kicked the dirt off that and I put it back. See, I'm getting anything that, see how it's hitting every once in a while up high, but see how it's building in the red down to the left? It's just barely getting there. So I'm on discriminate channel, so I want to get as close as I can. And since I'm in a field, I can do this, which is great, because then I can gain at least another inch. Pinpoint. Get a good idea where that point's at. Right there. Now I'm gonna check it. Listen. Look at that. 88, 80, 92. Just building it 9 inches. Look how strong that is with the fade rate. Just solid green up there. So we're gonna dig this. Right there. You have to slow down. You know, I have a tendency when I first get to a site to just start swinging. I'm so excited. It's a new place. And I want to get out there and find it. But if you just have a little bit of patience, slow down. Just like I did today. But, you know, when I got here, I had no idea where things were at. I could tell that where the bleachers are over here and here, because there's a bunch of pop tabs and junk in the ground, gravel mixed in with the dirt. And I could tell that something happened over here because this is where I've been finding the coins, maybe concessions, who knows. Maybe everybody sat on the ground. There wasn't any bleachers, and the visitors, you know, if they were wearing shorts or something, or jeans or whatever, could easily fall out of their pockets. We're talking back in the 40s. It's not like these modern stadiums they have for baseball. This is old school baseball, the real deal. So people could have been sitting here. It could have been a shade tree, but slow down and focus in an area, work it, you know, one direction, then the other direction, slow down, listen to everything that you're hearing. It's not always them great big loud ones that are 5 inches deep and just screaming in your ears and ringing 88 over and over again, like that quarter I found. You know, if I want to find all these other things, like what hopefully we're going to find in this hole, then you got to slow down. Let's see. And, you know, you guys might be doing that. And I hear it. I got a nice 85 now. Just a solid 85. It's as nice as it can be. So there's my dirt pile. Oh, look at that. This will be nice. Let's see if you think it's nice too, and it's worth the time to slow down and pay attention to what your metal detector's telling you. Let's see what year it is. You can already tell it's a quarter. Ain't that pretty? That's worth time slowing down. That thing looks like it hardly got circulated. Flip it over correctly here. And you'll get a hang of it with the metal detector. V3i, any detector. It's going to give you the data. 1941. Nice solid silver quarter. If there's any lesson to learn there, it's about slowing down and listening. Pay attention to your hits. If you can scrape off a little bit of dirt on the discriminate channel, excuse me, you only get so deep. And I'm not listening to all metal right now just because there's so much stuff in the ground. But that makes me smile. Nice and consistent that is. 75, 76. Hope it's not the dirt clod that rolled away. Okay, let's look at this together. Lower you down. Dirt ball. What do you got there? Penny? Dime? Worm. Surprised he lived through the permafrost. Looks like a dime. And it is a dime. Oh, but it's a newest coin yet, or more most modern, 88. You can probably see where the baseball field is better now. Lots of pull tabs, got some old coins, silver coins, got a few nice ones. 1935 was my oldest one. The newest coin I found was in 1988. It seems like the field was there for quite some time. Be a lot more stuff in the ground. I'm gonna come again before they plow, and then I'm gonna come after they plow, because the dynamics in the ground will change. Some coins are vertical right now, I'm assuming. Next time if they plow, they might be horizontal and I can pick them up. And but if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. I'm gonna try to make a lot more videos and try to get better at this as time goes. If you have suggestions, please let me know. I have open ears, ready to listen. So, but thank you for joining me, and